Hello everybody and welcome back to Expert Examiner IELTS. My name is Glyn and in this video I'm going to give some feedback on another IELTS Academic Writing Task 1 line graph report. Remember, if you'd like me to check your IELTS writing or if you'd like a free practice speaking test with feedback, join my Telegram group or my Facebook group, and of course subscribe to the channel. Anyway, let's get into our check. So, what do we have here? Let's read the question very carefully. The line graph. So we're dealing with a line graph. The line graph gives information about a YouTuber's audience in 2025. Okay, 2025, current year, a YouTuber's audience. What is a YouTuber? A YouTuber is somebody who makes videos on the platform YouTube. So we're going to get information about that person's audience. Right now, we're not sure what that information is. Is it like how many views they get? Is it where the people are from? Is it the amount of watch time they have? Is it about the age of the viewers? We don't know that yet. We'll need to look at the line graph. As always, it says summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Okay. Can we make comparisons? Probably. There are three things. So this YouTuber, we don't know if this YouTuber has viewers from other countries. We don't know, but the focus of this is, let's break it down. So we have three different colors, green, red, and blue. The red line is viewers from Vietnam. The green line, viewers from Bangladesh. And the blue line, viewers from Uzbekistan. I wonder which YouTuber has a lot of viewers from Vietnam, Bangladesh, and Uzbekistan. Who could it be? Okay, so we get the months across the bottom, and then we get the views on this side. So we get 10,000, 20,000, sorry, no, 1,000, I wish, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Okay, so in 1,000 increments. Okay, so of course when I look at whenever I'm doing task 1, I'm always thinking, how can I split this into two things, right? Two key features. We know in the introduction we're just going to, say what the graph shows. In the overview, I want to mention two key takeaways, two key bits of information in a general sense, and then body paragraph 1 will go into detail of key feature 1. Body paragraph 2 will go into detail of key feature 2. So I need to think about what those two key features are. And for me, it's, probably clear that Uzbekistan deserves its own body paragraph. Started low and then boom, skyrocketed. Bangladesh and Vietnam, they're kind of both like battling for second place, right? They're like throughout this whole period, they kind of switch places. So probably, yeah, my first body paragraph would probably about Uzbekistan, that it started low and then in April it just shot off and went to the moon. But with Bangladesh, viewers from Bangladesh and Vietnam, they kind of fluctuated a little. They went up, they went down. Yeah. So that's how I would organize this work. Let's have a look at what our candidate has. We have 4 paragraphs. That's always a good sign. The balance looks nice. Very short introduction, an overall. So that suggests that we have an overview, body paragraph 1 for some key features, body paragraph 2 for some other key features. So just looking at the shape of the essay without looking at any words, the shape of the essay looks good. Okay, the line graph shows how many viewers one YouTuber had in the first 5 months in 2025. Separated by, that's just the wrong word. Maybe the viewers are divided, or maybe they're, divided by country, but separated feels like the wrong word here. Separated by Vietnam, Bangladesh, Uzbekistan feels a little bit off. You could put full stop in 2025, full stop. The viewership is split into 3 different groups of people by nationality, Vietnam, Bangladesh, and Uzbekistan. Something like that might be clearer. But okay. Overall, the number of and how many viewers one YouTuber had. It's, if I'm being pedantic, it's not how many viewers, it's how many views, because the same viewer could watch the video more than once, and that would result in more views, but not necessarily more viewers. So, perhaps if I'm being super pedantic, we could say that there's just a small lack of precision. The number of people who watch this channel, views, is not the same as the number of people who watch the channel. So, yeah, it could be just a slight lack of precision there. Overall, the number of people who watch this channel from Bangladesh and Vietnam fluctuated considerably. Cool. I don't know if it's... I guess it is considerably, right? Yeah. Okay. Vietnam, I wouldn't say is massively, like, considerably, but okay, I'll accept it. Whereas the people from Uzbekistan started watching the YouTuber significantly more often. So strange use of started here, right? We don't really get any time reference. You could, if you don't want to put a time, maybe present perfect, whereas the people from Uzbekistan have started watching the YouTuber significantly more often. So there's a small problem with that word started there. It just seems to be the wrong verb tense or a lack of adverbial, but okay. But okay, the two key features, we've picked out pretty much the same thing. Now let's look at the body paragraphs. The number of viewers, again, it's not viewers, it's views, from Bangladesh fluctuated dramatically. You've already said fluctuated considerably, so you don't need to repeat the point. You've already made that point. Let's get into the data immediately. Fluctuated dramatically, starting from just over 1,000. And peaking at, lovely, peaking at 5,000 people. Maybe you might want to mention when they peaked. That might be relevant. Peaking at 5,000 people. Put commas. Put commas, put commas, put commas, put commas, put commas. Large numbers should have commas in them. I think it looks odd. It does stand out and looks a little bit strange to me. However, the figure of Bangladesh viewers, I guess, views. However, the figure almost remains stable. Almost remains. Whoa. Almost remains stable at around 1,500 viewers in the end. I don't know what that means when it almost remains stable, because this is the final trip of Bangladeshi viewers, right? That's quite a significant drop. Actually, that is the biggest drop in the whole from April to May. That was the biggest drop. And you're saying that it almost remained stable. So I don't really know what you mean. Maybe you're comparing this number with this one, maybe, but that's not clear to me. So again, there's a real lack of precision there. The number of people watching the channel from Vietnam saw a dramatic rise from around 800 to just under 4,000 in the first 3 months. Yeah, absolutely it did. Then it leveled off. Beautiful vocab here. Then it leveled off. Great. At approximately 3,100. Yeah, cool. Leveled off. Great. Very precise there. By contrast, the pattern differs for the viewers from Uzbekistan. There were almost no viewers from this country at the beginning. Great. However, nice use of punctuation here. However, comma, the figure increased significantly to about 1,800 views in April. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's like a hugely significant, but okay. Finally, it soared to beautiful vocab here. It soared to 7,000 viewers in the last month. Yeah, great. That is definitely a soaring number. So really good vocab from the candidate, but a little bit of imprecise Um, the key features that are selected are the key features are fine. It's just the exact data is slightly off at times, saying that, the number of views in Vietnam sorry, not leveled off, but sorry, Bangladesh, that was it. Let's highlight that again. So this imprecision, the figure almost remains stable at around 1,500 viewers in the end. It's a bit odd. People from Uzbekistan started watching the YouTuber significantly more often. That's a grammar mistake that does cause a little bit of confusion. So let's take a look at the band descriptors and we'll see what I've given and why. This is a little bit small, but I'm sure we can zoom. So because of the imprecision, I'm already ruling out 8. So I want to just take a look at 7 and take a look at 6. Response covers the requirements of the task. Yes. Response focuses on the requirement of the task and an appropriate format is used. Yes. Content is relevant and accurate. There may be a few omissions and lapses. And I think that's what we have. We have just a few lapses in content about the accuracy of the content. Let's have a look. Key features which are selected are covered and clearly highlighted, yes, but could be more fully or more appropriately illustrated or extended. Clear overview, yes. The data are appropriately categorized. Main trends or differences are identified, absolutely. So for me, enough for a 7. This thing, there may be occasional omissions or lapses in content. Fine. But for me, that just some of the information being slightly, I would say maybe even slightly wrong information just pulls that score down for task response for me. Sorry, my zoom is going a little bit crazy. So for me, task achievement is going to be at 7. Now, coherence and cohesion, again, let's just take a look at what the band descriptors say for coherence and cohesion. Definitely looking at the 8, the message can be followed with ease. I think I can say that information and ideas are logically sequenced and cohesion is well managed. Yes. Occasional lapses in coherence. There is that one lapse in coherence where I think, what do you mean the people from Uzbekistan started watching the YouTuber significantly more often? That's a kind of an occasional lapse in coherence. But I do think, the paragraphing is sufficient. It is appropriate. And I think, the signposting, pretty good. So I think I can award the 8 for coherence and cohesion here. Lexical resource is really good. I am just a little bit worried about that views versus viewers, that and separated by, that's a kind of a vocab mistake that I wouldn't really expect from like the highest of users, but I do definitely think there's enough in there for an 8. Leveled off, soared, a dramatic rise, nice mix of verbs and nouns to talk about these increases and decreases and so on. So yeah, really, really good. And in terms of grammar, we do have that wrong verb tense there with started instead of have started. Probably that's a grammar mistake. No other clear mistakes, and I do think nice use of adverbials, nice use of participles. Yeah, just nice use of punctuation there. Yeah, so I think grammatical range and accuracy, I'm happy to award the 8 for that as well. So very, very strong performance from this candidate. Task achievement for me is just slightly weak because of that slightly imprecise data. Maybe an examiner might not like, writing 4,000 without the commas and 1,500 without the commas. So, just fix that, because you don't want to give any examiner any reason to lower your mark. It hasn't affected your score for me. But, some people might look at it as academic style and think, well, I'm going to drop your points somewhere for that. But anyway, very, very, very close to the 8, 7.75, which reduces to 7.5. Yeah, strong C1, very close to the 8. Just be careful that you are talking, that the words actually reflect exactly what the graphs say. And I know probably the candidate will say, well, what I meant was when I said it almost remained stable, what I meant was the final figure was similar to the first figure. But that isn't the same as remaining stable. It's a contradiction to say that it fluctuated dramatically and it remained stable. Yeah, but anyway, 7.5, great performance, very comfortably C1. Candidates should definitely look at, candidates should definitely aim to get 8.0, 8.5 in their real test for part 1. Yeah. Okay, so those are my thoughts on this piece of writing. What do you think? Do you think I'm, again, overly generous with my marks? Maybe you think I'm too harsh with my marks. Yeah, either way, let me know. And if you'd like me to check your IELTS writing, or if you'd like a free practice speaking test with feedback, subscribe to the channel, join one of the groups, Facebook group, the Telegram group, or both groups. That's where I get all of my candidates from. More videos coming soon, but for now, bye bye.